How has the relationship between your country and neighboring countries changed? What is the reason for that change?
So where I am currently living is South Korea, and I was born in South Korea, and like I have been living in South Korea for whole my lifetime, and I like to say there are three neighborhood countries, which are China, North Korea, and Japan. Oh, if I have to include one more, if I can include one more country, that would be Russia. So four countries are very adjacent to South Korea, and relationship has been changed a lot, I guess, because when about 60 years ago, I guess, not 60 years, more than that, like 100 years ago, South Korea was colonized by Japan, and we call this period as Japanese imperial period, which Japan colonized South Korea. And since this kind of regions, since the fact that Japan had colonized South Korea for a long time, this historical fact never changed. So, and there are some people who are still alive in South Korea who actually experienced the period. So old generation of South Korea people really hate Japanese stuffs, which products which are imported from Japan or something. So I like to explain that older people in South Korea has kinda stereotype that Japanese stuffs, everything in Japan is not good. But ever since that period has passed, it has been about 60 years, 70 years, 70 years, I guess, since that happened. So South Korea and Japan, young generation of people these days are not really care. Young generation of people do not really care much about the historical facts, because we are all kinda international, and how do I describe it, very open-minded, and because interaction between South Korea and Japan has become more friendly, and since there's no many restrictions going and visiting neighboring countries, so I guess kind of understanding of each country has been developed, I guess. This is pretty much about it. I guess.